Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for TNV Small Critter Rescue. Last episode, we destroyed the barrier tower after a tough battle with Atomos at the top of the tower. And because the tower is destroyed, the entire barrier surrounding Exdeath's castle has been taken down. However, we can't really make any progress at Exdeath's castle. We get in here, we see the surrogate soldiers are here, but the door to the upper level in Exdeath's castle is still locked, and characters can't get in there no matter what. So one of them mentions, hey, we should go to maybe we should go see Sage Guido. So we're gonna actually not go to see Sage Guido because there's two other places we can explore. I'm also going to stop by Castle Surrogate, because I mean that's where King Zeza was from, so I guess it only makes sense that we, go back and tell the folks there about what happened. Actually, they already know. I guess news travels fast here. We sent like a carrier pigeon or something. But some of the dialogue changed, so we'll go see that new dialogue. So here we got a submarine. It can function just like a boat, where it floats on the water. If you press the A button, the airship takes off into the air. The sub will go down under the water. And we can look at our map there. And when we do that, you'll see like these white dots, just like on the overworld here, where you see the white dots are points of interest. There'll be points of interest under the sea. But there's only 3. Most of the sea is pretty just empty. So, luckily we don't get random encounters on the sea. It's not like a boat, so. Yeah, this guy, he basically says, like, this is King Zeza's castle, if we open the door, but if we don't open the door, he'll open it for us if we try to walk in. He's like, hey, I'll open the door. Thanks, man. So, yeah, much easier, though, of course, to push the button, it's quicker. But, yeah, I said that they already know, because here, now the King Zeza will never return, except us to protect the castle. So the scholars don't say anything differently, it's just the soldiers, so that one's saying that we're Exdeath's only hope, or we're the only hope now against Exdeath. How could King Zeza have died? And apparently these guys, the assault on the barrier tower success, I just lay here hurt. Apparently these guys are complaining about their knee. I think that might be a pun on the, or an inside joke. There was a game, one of those like MMOs, multiplayer. I think it was an MMO, where there was like a guard who was like, I used to be an adventurer, but then I got shot in the knee. So maybe it's an inside joke on that, a play on that. All those guards got hurt in the knee. So, but here we are underwater. As you can see, we got 3 points of interest. To the upper right there is Guido's cave. To the left is a town, and to the northwest is that lake surrounded by mountains, where that one guy in Surrogate Castle said, man, I don't know how I made it out alive in the forest there, like this big eye was trying to like petrify me. So that sounds like an interesting place to go. We are going to go there. But first we're going to head to this little village here. We're not directed to go here, but it's good to go here now, because we can get some good spells, some good equipment. Most importantly is the spells. We're going to get some level 5 black magic, and that'll give us the level 5 black magic swords spells for our characters. And then we also get some good white magic. Where'd you come from such a far village? So let's say 500 years ago, something extremely beautiful sealed somewhere in the forest to the east. Greed may result in evil. We'll get some white magic spells that'll help take out some enemies later, shut them down. One of them is we get like the reflect spell and the berserk spell, so both will be very important for future boss strategies. In the very back of the great forest of moors, the master tree scars the seal. So the trees do not usually show themselves, but if you peek through small holes in the tree trunks, they will show themselves to you. Tree spirits hide the path leads to the forest, so yeah, we're going to come across some trees. Sometimes it looks like a dead end, or you look for the tree with a hole in it. You talk to that hole in the tree, and a spirit comes out and opens the way forward. So, apparently there must be Moogles in that forest too, because That guy said he ran into a strange little creature that kept saying Kupo Kupo. So, but we can't get into that forest yet. It's basically, for all intents and purposes, locked to us now. The key, Guido actually has the key to get in there. And speaking of locked, down here there's a shed, and it's locked. But later on it'll be unlocked, and beyond there is like the best, potentially best sword in the game, and also like the best knife in the game, the chicken knife. If you run away a lot of times, the chicken knife is the most powerful weapon basically in the game. It has lower attack power than like the brave sword, which is a strong sword, but it gets the agility. Knives also factor in a character's agility when determining their attack status, or their attack power, and strength, where the swords just incorporate the strength. So basically you have two stats contributing to the damage, so it actually ends up doing more damage, and the chicken knife will end up basically being the best knife in the game, so best weapon in the game. We'll have to do a lot more running around, but there's a place later on in the game where there's going to be really weak enemies, and we'll just be able to run for them really, really easily. And it's also near a healing pot, or a healing area, so we can just run to our heart's content. If we do take any damage, we'll be able to easily just heal it. And like I said, the lower level enemies, they're easier to run from than the higher level enemies, so it'll make powering up that chicken knife really, really easy, just a matter of time. Here's the magic shop. We got some magic. So we want to get these Ice 3, Bolt 3, Fire 3. And the best part about those spells is that when you use them on the sword blade, when you attack an enemy that has a weakness, and if they're not a boss or have the heavy flag on them, then it'll instantly kill them. So the Berserker is going to be really good when we go to Guido's cave. It'll help shut down some enemies. And like I said, the swords, now we can get like instant kills if we exploit an elemental weakness. So, yeah, we've got a lot of spells there, but still need to fill up our inventory. We just don't have any blue magic, because we need a blue mage to get that. And I'm just buying the time magics to fill up the thing and make it look, pretty. So we've got a bunch of diamond equipment here that's good against lightning. So I should only buy one Magus hat there. But, oh well, we're gonna get a lot of money coming up, so we'll be doing some fighting here, and selling this old equipment. So we got some new enemies, because we got some new areas around here. So yeah, we want to keep that gold pin, because it cuts magic in half. The magic point usage in half. So I'm going to buy a diamond bracelet now. Much better than well, not too much better, but still, it's a little bit better than the silver. It gives like 2 more points of defense. So just pick that up. Yeah. Now it would be nice if we really had those rings, because they were trivialized. An upcoming boss coming up later. But we don't have those rings, unfortunately. So, where'd you get? Fog Village. We're talking to that guy. Well, now we're going to be stepping outside here, and I'm going to run into the random encounters around here. There's 3 different monsters. I kept running into these first monsters here. These bold Manny monsters here. So I'm actually just going to off-screen a bunch of battles. It took me about 7 minutes just getting these battles here before I ended up getting the second type of enemy. And then the third type didn't take much longer after that. Bad thing about these guys is just the forest is a bad terrain area. Not really a lot of good spells come out with the forest. So we get that branch arrow, which isn't all that good. You can get the branch spear, which is much better. You can almost basically one-shot these guys. And then the gale cut, which is good for multi-damaging. And then the last one is the leaf dance. And that really isn't all that good. It does a lot of different damaging. It does a lot of different damage. Sometimes it does like 0 damage, sometimes it does like 200 and some. So it's unreliable. So that's what makes these battles a little bit tough. Well, not tough, but long. If you get lucky with the Tempting Tango, you don't target the one with Galuf. They absorb lightning, and they don't have any elemental weaknesses, so we can unfortunately exploit one of them, but we can exploit the elemental weakness of this enemy here, the land turtle. They are weak to ice, like several other turtles. And we are just going to cast the Ice 3 spell on Galuf's sword. And you'll notice, now whenever he attacks one of the land turtles, he'll instantly defeat it. Just instantly dies. Like I said, that's a byproduct of when you hit an elemental weakness with a level 3 sword. So as long as it's not a boss or an enemy that has the heavy status, that level 3 sword will just take them out. Pretty good. It'll be really helpful against in the next area we're going into that to the Circle Lake where that eye monster is, that monster that's trying to turn people to stone. That cave can actually be pretty tough for different parties. But this party actually does really, really well in this upcoming cave. Because the enemies with the spell blade, one of the enemies is weak to ice, so we can one-shot them with that. And then the other one, these druid enemies, they are annoying because they can cast the Circle spell. And what the Circle spell does is it removes a character from battle, similar to what the Atmos did when he sucked the person into the wormhole. They were just removed from battle, so they don't get any experience, they don't get any, job points, ability points. But with this party, we can pretty much, they're pretty easy to charm, because they're going to be in a cave, and one of the more common cave terrain is the Will-O-Wisp, and Will-O-Wisp will confuse these guys. The Tempting Tango dance also confuses them, and so once you pretty much confuse them, you're pretty much good to go, because I'm not going to be casting that Circle spell. So just take these guys out. It's nice when one of these guys are charmed, because they'll cast the Cure 3 spell, which we just picked up, which is the strongest healing spell that we'll get in this game. There's no Cure 4, but Cure 3 is really, really good, so we got a long cave, like I said, hit up in Guido's area. It's not actually a long cave, but it seems to have really high random encounters, and the random encounters in there can be really, really annoying, but the Berserk spell is going to help us out in that cave. Basically, the main enemy in that cave is this wizard that transforms into different monsters. You can even transform into boss monsters like Shiva and Ifrit. And it just has a lot of hit points. It's kind of annoying because it keeps transforming. But if you Berserk it, it overrides the enemy's AI and just makes them attack. And once they're only attacking, they won't be able to transform and waste time and be annoying. So and we got to use the in here. A lot of places. When you go to them underwater, they're not going to be like that lake. They're going to be this little dock underwater. And at these places, you can use the in the submarine. So this would actually be a good place to grind, because the druids give pretty good experience. Like I said, they're pretty easy with this party composition. Like I said, the Will-O-Wisp confuses them. Dance, if we get Tempting Tango, that confuses them. We ain't really a party that deals like direct damage. So when the druid uses like that image, that basically makes the next 2 physical attacks against the druid miss, but it doesn't include magic attacks. So stuff like the terrain, isn't going to miss them, even though the one has the image. So yeah, we can confuse them pretty easily. And we don't have to worry about that circle attack. Like I said, it's basically an instant death. You'll get your character back in the next battle, or after the battle, but you know, you want them in the battle to, you know, reap the benefits of the battle. So yeah, one more enemy here to encounter, these Iron Dress enemies. They hit really, really hard, but we can take them out in one hit with the Ice 3 sword. We can also charm them with the dancing and the Will-O-Wisps. These guys are really good to capture, because when you capture them and release them with the Beastmaster, they do a ton of damage. They do like over 5,000 damage to basically every enemy. So if you catch one of these guys, you can release it on the optional boss that we got coming up here, and it one-shots it. So it's an easy way to defeat it. The upcoming boss here. And they have some pretty tough defense, but we don't have to really worry about defense, like I said, when we have an elemental weakness to exploit, which we just have no do here, like this with the ice. So these are, like I said, good monsters to capture if you're using Beastmasters. Try to probably get all 4 characters with the capture ability and capture 4 of them. Make some bosses really, really easy. Jobs. Hey, we got a new job. We mastered the job, Geomancer for Faris. So I changed my jobs up there, made a quick save, and now I'm just gonna wander around this forest. And we got lucky, and we get into the battle with Shote. So, like Ramu, who we encountered in the forest in the first world, this guy just appears in the forest, and he will drop his summon when you defeat him. So I'm just armoring up my characters against physical attacks with the armor spell. Most importantly, the more important thing to do is to use the shell spell. That increases your magic defense. And this guy, every time you hit him, he counterattacks with the Demon Eye, which petrifies your character. And if you have the shell up, though, you have increased magic defense, so it's less likely to be turned to stone. You'll see quite a few times when he tried to cast that stone spell onto that Demon Eye, and it didn't work because our magic defense was high enough to evade the spell. And we get the 3rd level 3 summon spell here now. So, I'm going to move some characters around. I'm going to put Galuf in the front of the party. If you know why, you know why, but give him a chance to shine here. Yeah, switch some party out, like I said. Now Faris is the dancer, and TNV became our Geomancer. He's still working on that. He'll become a White Mage next, so they can almost master that job. But gotta wait until Galuf finishes his job. He'll probably switch around. Galuf will probably become more the Geomancer, and TNV will try to finally master the White Mage job, and Lenna can finally try to master the Sword Master job. She's on the last level of that. So, like I said, a lot of jobs, so I said in a previous episode that a lot of jobs you got are basically almost at their end point, but the end costs so much AP to master. Mastering these jobs really don't do too much. A lot of jobs, they transfer the stats and the innate abilities to the Freelancer class, but we can't use the Freelancer class because of 4-job Fiesta restrictions. So mastering really isn't all that important in these things, but you're going to master the classes anyway because you can only use these 4 classes. So by the end of the game you're going to... But if you're doing a normal game, it's pretty tough to master classes. But we'll get some more AP and some more experience when we head into Guido's cave next episode. Take care, have a good one. Bye.